Hey everyone, welcome back to Moongirl Art YouTube channel. This is my second video and I thought I would just get right into the nitty-gritty of a little bit about me and why I haven't been posting lately. Things got kind of messy in life and that didn't happen. So a little bit about me to start this off quickly. I'm in my 10th year of homeschooling my two boys. Lots of programs that they do, so that takes up a lot of time. They do theater and circus and swim. They have afternoon D&D. We also meet with friends, and there's different kinds of programs that can go on as well that happen every once in a while. So it's a busy time. So there's that, trying to find the time to do art in between all of these things. I've gotten much better at it than I used to be, realizing that there were certain things in my day that I was wasting time with that didn't necessarily have to be done at that point, such as folding laundry perhaps, and that the boys can fold their own laundry, and just some other things. I mean, there are certain things that you just can't get away from, where, say, for instance, the roof needs to be fixed and you have to figure out who you're going to hire and all the research on learning what goes into building a roof to make sure that you're putting your money in the right place. And, those things take time with keeping a house, trying to keep a house together. My husband works two jobs, so he works every single day of the week. So a lot of the stuff to deal with the house also is what I end up dealing with. So that takes a lot of time. So house stuff, homeschool. I was just recently diagnosed with an autoimmune disorder, which, as weird as it may sound, has been a relief to finally be diagnosed. I've had years of body pain where sometimes it hurt so much I just wanted to cry, and it was hard to think, and I was exhausted, and I would be short of breath, and I would have heart palpitations. Sometimes I felt like my pupils were super dilated, like I was on drugs all the time, and brain fog, couldn't sleep, couldn't concentrate. I would be saying something and instantly I would forget what I was saying. It's really hard to get through a day in that sort of condition, but you have to. Things need to get done. And that just made it more exhausting because you had to expend even more energy on focusing on your day so you could just get through it. And by the end of the day, it was even worse and just more exhausting. So I finally went to a naturopath, and after some talk about family history, he was fairly certain that my problem was food allergies, not the kind of food allergies where, it can be gone in 24 hours through your digestive system, or the kind of food allergies where you need an EpiPen, more so long-term food allergies where certain proteins that come into your body from food your body sees as foreign, and then recognizes those same protein shapes in your connective tissue then as foreign as well. So your body starts attacking its own connective tissue, which then affects your nervous system. It's like this snowballing effect of badness that happens. So after a few weeks of cutting out dairy and eggs and blueberries and pineapples and cranberries and bananas and brewer's yeast and gluten. I'd already cut out gluten, but not exclusively. Every once in a while I would cheat if we went out for a snack or something, and I found that it didn't bother me digestively or my joints didn't hurt. But now what I know is that even a crumb can throw my whole system off, and it won't happen that day. It could happen in 2 weeks because it has to have time to get into my system. So anyways, it's been quite an experience. I'm not 100% back, and I don't know if I ever will be, but I would say I'm about 80% back. So that's been really hard, because what the autoimmune disorder has done is, through all of this, it's been very exhausting, and when you can't think straight and you can't concentrate and you're in pain and you're exhausted, it's really hard to be creative. So the big chunk of May and June was me just trying to get a handle on this. And I felt like my body was just detoxing at first. Like I had this weird hangover and I just couldn't create. I couldn't get my mind into it. Luckily those things are, like I said, I'm better than I was, not 100%, but we're getting there. And then a real speed bump, which still breaks my heart, is we found out that our cat of only 7 years old had lymphoma cancer, and I ended up taking care of this sweet little girl. I think it was for about 6 weeks before she really went downhill, and it was everything I did to do whatever we could to hopefully make her better. Even I couldn't just put her down when she was in a state where she was still trying to eat and still trying to live. And it just came to a point eventually where she couldn't try anymore, and I knew that it was time, and it was heartbreaking, and it was 6 weeks of caring for this wonderful animal that could only do so much for themselves, and it was exhausting, and that took a lot of emotional or a lot of creative energy out of me. And it's funny because my husband said, he knew people who had lost pets, and he knew it was sad, but he didn't understand how broken up they would get over it, because as a kid he never had pets, and he said now that he has, he had no idea how heartbreaking it is, and it's been really hard for him too, and for all of us. And I wonder sometimes if there's certain things you need to experience before you realize the extent of the emotions that go along with certain situations. So that took a toll on us, and actually yesterday was 4 weeks now that she's been gone, and it's been really weird in the house without her. The emptiness in certain parts of the day it's hard, and I still have on my phone 2 alarms, one in the morning at 9:30 and one at night, when I had my phone notify me of what time it was for her to take her prednisolone pill, just because it makes it feel like she's still here a little bit. So, it gets easier every day, but it's just, she'll always have a spot in my heart. So that's what this painting is about. It's called Spirit Kitty, and it's about how a piece of you kind of goes off, or your heart, a piece of your heart feels like it is taken with them when they leave. And it's very sad, but there's also something very special about it, in the sense that you had that connection, and that you got to have this experience, or it's like a little blessing of a furry creature in your life. There's really nothing else like it. And so this is what this painting is about. And it's weird. It's like I enjoyed doing the painting, but at the same time, it was a little hard to do. But it was a bit of a healing for me. And some of you may think that I'm crazy, that being so upset over losing a pet, but I'm a heavy feeler. There's a lot of feels for me, and a lot of those I kind of keep held back, because I oftentimes think that people are going to think that I'm a little too dramatic or a little crazy. It was pretty intense, and I think that a lot of people who've had pets before would understand what that's like. But anyway, so for the past months, it's been a little difficult. We've also had some big car repairs and house repairs as well, so it's been very stressful. And when you're stressed out and you're sad and you're dealing with a lot of things, it's hard to get things done. So Instagram and YouTube had kind of been put on hold. I also put my Etsy shop on vacation for a little bit, but we are, I'm getting back into having the time and the headspace to do some more creating. I have a big project that I'm working on that I can't share, which is a huge amount of work. But in between, I've been trying to get some sketching done and some artwork done like this as well. And it's been good. It's been healing, and it's nice to get back to the art, because everybody needs some creativity in their lives. And for me, it's the art. We did have a really nice weekend away, which was healing for us. Just being away from the house and all the challenges with the house. So that's what's been going on with me. But sorry, not sorry that this was a bit of a rant, because I feel that I want to give an explanation for why I don't post often on Instagram, or kind of, I'll post for a few days every day, and then I'll go for a week, because I'm not a full-time artist. I am barely a part-time artist just because of all the other responsibilities that I have. I'm really working on trying to get, as my boys get older, I can do a lot more on their own, try to get some office hours or art hours of creating, where I can do the YouTube videos, and I can paint, and I can do my newsletter and run my shop a little smoother, and possibly be switching that over from Etsy to my website. So a lot of things going on, but yeah, we'll get there. We'll get there. And this was good. It's really nice to be able to put up another YouTube video. So, it's getting a little easier, and it's working out. But in the meantime, I post when I can, share what I can with you when I can. Hopefully I'll be able to get some more YouTube videos up for you guys in a more consistent manner. As well, I want to record some more Skillshare classes. If you're curious about that, I do have the intro video to my first Skillshare class here on my YouTube channel. First time really in front of the camera in a while, so it was a little awkward, but I got through it and got it done, so you can always check that out too. There's also a link to 2 free months of the premium membership of Skillshare within the information for my Skillshare intro YouTube video. So check that out if you want to as well. Have a lovely rest of your week, and hopefully we will see you again soon. Bye-bye.